Welcome to Fitness Business Secrets. Today, I have Kosta. Now, Kosta, in the example, I said that you close 10 sales a week, but you quickly re-corrected me that you average a little bit over 15 sales a week for your gym. Is that right?
That's correct, Jimmy. Yep.
Mate, absolutely incredible. And mate, just in terms of getting enough leads to close those sales, we're going to be covering all things to do with Costa's mindset, strategies, tools here for you guys today, so you can, maybe copy and paste it. But mate, Costa, how do you get enough leads to close 15 sales? What are like your top 2 to 3, favorite ways to generate enough leads to close these sales?
Yeah, mate. So obviously, paid ads is a big one, and legacy. You guys run my ads, so that's one of the biggest sources of lead source that we have. Then we also use other little things as well, like your One Flare, Bark as well, that come in.
You love One Flare and Bark, hey?
Yeah, they're good, mate. They're good because they're pretty much and like I've done an episode before with Reese. They're pretty much already they already know what they want, and they've already got the description and who they're looking for, what their age is. So it's pretty much done for you. So the lead is pretty much had to answer 7-8 questions or what they want, and if it's a right fit, then I'll quote that job. And yeah, if it fits into the criteria and what we're looking to achieve, then we'll just quote the job and try to get them over the line to come into the gym and show them what we're all about.
Mate, let's dive into the good stuff. I've actually been very, very excited to, ask you a couple of questions that I'm like really interested in learning about. And I know it's going to add a lot of value to the rest of the fitness community. So, mate, first little thing on sales, like what can you share like the mindset or core beliefs that drive your ability to close, 10 to 15 sales every single week?
Look, man, probably the first thing that needs to be is me and you talk about this. I'm not a big believer in paid trials.
Yeah.
But I think people should be really be doing trials. I think fitness, and as me and it's a lifestyle change. It's not a quick fix. And that's one of our beliefs that we have in the gym. So when we chat about sales, and people often ask me, what is it? Just having a conversation like me and you are doing now. Having a conversation with God. People don't want to be sold to. So you're not about putting things down people's throat. I think you just got to give them what they need, and you got to tell them what's going to be the best outcome for them in terms of their finance and their structure and their lifestyle. So that's probably the best way to sell, is just really navigating, of what their life is about, their work schedule, their commitment, what they can give to you, and then actually explain to them that this is a lifestyle change. This is not a quick fix.
Yep. Yeah, mate. And so last week, in your ads, we were running a 6-week transformation challenge, and you got 55 new leads last week. But you did just mention that you don't actually sell a trial. You sell people onto membership. Do you want to explain those kind of, processes and how that works for your fitness business? So essentially, I'm assuming you bypass the 6 weeks, so they don't do that, and you just sign them up for a longer term program. Do you want to explain that belief and why you do that?
Yeah, look, Jimmy, if you want to lose 25 kilos, I can't do that for you in 6 weeks.
Yep.
And I just tell people the honest truth. We're not going to be able to get epic results in 6 weeks, but we will be able to get, good results in 6 months, in a year's time, in 18 months' time, in 2 years' time. You're going to tell people of the journey, and actually again to understand of where they're heading from the word go. That's what I personally believe. There's a lot of trials, and people come to me and say, "Oh, can you give me a trial?" So what do you actually really want to trial?
Yeah.
We offer diet plans. We offer body scans, we offer accountability. So it's like, what do you actually, we've agreed what you need, what you want as well. So it's like, what are we actually really trialing?
Yeah.
I've been around for 13 years now. So it's like, we, our brand and what we do is we know what we offer.
Yep.
So I don't believe in it as well. I just believe, fitness is a lifestyle change. And I tell everyone on the phone, this is not a quick fix. We've got to change your habits. We've got to start incorporating things, slowly, like, obviously slow changes with the clients that you're going to have. So like, obviously just say, for example, okay, week 1 to week 3, I want you to just have breakfast. You've never had breakfast, right? That's what you're going to do. All right. And then from week 3 to week 5, I want you to take out late night snacking. And then week 6 to week 10, I want you to really concentrate on our sleep. So every time we're doing something to the check-in point, there's something to work on. So if we're going to
Yep.
do this with someone for like 6 weeks, we're not going to cover nothing, and we're actually not going to get much results. All we're doing is forcing someone to be in a calorie deficit and praying they're going to get really good results. But at the end of the day, you're not actually changing their habits. It's going to help them change it into a lifestyle and actually get them better results.
Yeah. And so I love that. So there's like a couple of different levels that I went through in my fitness business. First, I had to be able to get people to start on a free trial when I first started. This is like 15, 20 years ago now. Oh, no, not like that long. I'm 33. So what would it be? About 15 years ago. Then we started to get people on our paid trial. And then as we got better at sales, what we started to do is what we call goals-based selling, which, guys, what Kosta said made sense. If someone wants to lose 25 kilos, let's say if they lose like half a kilo a week is pretty reasonable, Kosta. It's really like 50 weeks at minimum, not including birthdays, where usually people don't lose weight on their birthday weeks. They have a bit of fun, Christmas, holidays, all those different things. So selling like a 6-week offer, even though Costa's using that in his ads so he can get a high volume of leads and also at a good, cheap lead cost, is he's actually just selling based on people's goals. Is that correct, Costa?
That's exactly right. So when people first come in, we're just asking what they want to achieve. And, and at the end of the day, if people don't really know what they want to achieve or what they want to get out of it, they're probably not going to be a right fit for us.
Mate, I love it. And mate, let's talk about a few daily systems. So, mate, what are some daily systems and habits that you've implemented in your business that has contributed to the amazing success that you get in sales each and every single week?
Look, mate, I'll call my leads 3 times a day.
Yep.
Without a fail, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
I text if they don't pick up the phone after the 3rd time. I text them at night and say, "Hey, it's Kosta from 747. Try to give you a call. I haven't heard back. Let me know when it's a good time to have a chat."
Yep. So you'll call them like just 3 times during the day, and then you send them a text of an evening. Is that how you do it?
Yeah. After the very last contact, and I haven't heard back, I'll send a text message on that first day.
Yeah.
That's how I do that, and then making sure, and then I try again the next day, give them a call and see if they pick up the phone, and if they're interested in training with us, and then just keep doing that until and then if they get back to us, they get back to us, and if not, that's it.
And mate, a lot of people like struggle to call their leads once a day, twice a day, 3 times a day is what, Brad preaches about so much in his calls. And that's what worked really well for him. Mate, how do you like structure your calendar, or how do you actually find the time to call the leads 3 times a day? How do you make it a priority, brother?
Yeah. So what we do is call in the morning between 8 and 9 a.m.
Yep.
And then we call around lunchtime, 12 until 1, just depends on what my movements are. I might do it 12 to 1 or 1 to 2, whatever that might look like. And then in the afternoon, while we've got sessions running, I'll pretty much set up all the boys and overlook the gym system. And then I just go behind the desk and try to call between, 7 and 7:30 if I can.
And so, mate, your diary kind of changes each day. Like we caught up, for example, at 8:30 this morning. So you're more just focused on making sure you get your 3 blocks of calls. It doesn't have to be the same time every single day. You just fucking get the task done.
Just get it done. It could be 8:30 when I'm driving home from the gym that I'll call the leads that come through. It's just about getting it done and being consistent. I've been calling leads 3 times a day for over a year and a half.
Yeah. And are you glad you do that?
Yeah, 100%. Or actually probably won't grow. Probably missing out. A lot of people give up early on their leads too. I'll probably do that monster follow-up system for like 9-10 days straight.
Yeah. And so say I opt in today. So imagine I opt in, at the completion of this episode today. I opt in at 10:30 a.m. What talk to me about what you try to complete in the first 4 hours of me opting in. What's kind of your focus? Like, fuck, Jimmy's just opt in. Just run me through what you do.
I'll try to call you straight away if I've got the time.
So like as quickly as possible, you call me?
As quickly as possible. I'll try to give you a rundown. If you don't pick up, I'll try about 3-4 hours later. And obviously, you opted in, I say 10:30. I called you straight away. I'll try to call you around 1 o'clock. And then I'll try to call you at 7 o'clock.
Yeah. And then you just flick me a message that evening.
I'll flick you that message. Hey, Jimmy, it's Kosta here from 747. Try to give you a call to help you with your health and fitness journey. Haven't heard back, mate. Please let me know when it's a good time to have a chat. See if I can help you. And that's it.
Yeah. And mate, you're saying that sometimes you'll get a lead when you're driving and things like that. So I'm assuming you get like a text message with the person's number. Is that how you do that? How does that work?
Yeah, straight away. So you get them like, yeah, automated. Yeah, they go into your Google Drive and it automatically pops up like someone's inquired for your Fit Over 40s program or Fit Over 30s or whatever that might look like. And then from there, we just yeah, we just call them up.
Yeah. And mate, with your like sales kind of systems and techniques, so you get a lead and then do you chat to them on the phone and then get them in for a gym consultation, or how does that system work to the stage of getting a lead to the time that I pay you money?
Yep, get the lead through, and then after we get the lead, we'll just see what the best convenient time is for them to start with us the next 48 hours.
Yeah. And is that like, do you get me into the gym for a
Into the
consult,
gym.
or
Yep.
do you collect payment over the phone?
No, into the gym. I'm in a bit of lower demographic area where I'm down in Melbourne, so it's always good to show them around the gym and what we're all about. And you know, a lot of people have had a bad experience in the past, so actually wanting them to come in and feel comfortable about the environment, introduce them to some members, show them around the facility, and give them a bit of a tour.
Yeah. And mate, thank you so much for sharing this, guys. This is absolute fucking gold. You're gonna have to listen to this a couple of times. So Costa, I rock up at 747, I park and I'm standing at the front door. Can you just explain to me what the experience is for like the first 15 minutes of, I'm assuming, you meeting me to, showing me around? What are a couple of things that you do with clients to make them feel safe, and then to start that, consultation goal setting to sign me up?
So we always pretty much just wanted to have like a chat, because that's what I'm like up as a person. That's what I try to preach with my team. We actually do like all the signups and everything that we do is in an open space. So if you're training,
Yep.
Jimmy, I'll be signing someone up like 3 meters away from you.
Yep.
We don't put people in rooms and like where it feels very like closed in. It's just like an open environment. It's like what you see is what you get. So we actually
Yep.
want people to see what they're going to be doing while they're signing up.
Okay. Yeah.
That's how we
And so
kind of
this
do
is
it.
in the gym. So I can like
Yeah,
see people training, and I know you guys do like a lot of boxing, I think kickboxing,
that's
hit.
right.
So I
Yeah.
can see everyone else moving.
Yeah, that's right. And then once I see their goals and what they're looking to achieve, and what's going to be a really good fit for them or whatever that might look like, then I'll try to get them to organize a consult when that's something like that is similar is running. That makes sense.
Yeah,
So they
that makes
kind of
sense.
so they kind of know what they're going to get themselves into. So it's not like second guessing or they start to freak out. I'll be like, hey,
Yeah.
you're going to be in this group when you start tomorrow at 7 p.m. And then and I've got such a really good community, and I'm very grateful for the people that I have. What I do is sometimes on the water break, I'll pull like one of the members out and I'll get them to have a chat to the person that's thinking about joining up or something.
That I like that. That's
Yeah.
a smart. We used to do consults in kind of our foyer, so it wasn't fully open, but you could see the classes, and would always try and introduce them to a few people to like, hey, Costa, like this is Max, he deadlifts like 200 kilos and stuff.
Yeah, that's all we do as well. Like this is Gemma, she lost 15 kilos, and I'll just pull her aside and be like, Gemma, can you please tell Rania, your experience here? She's like, oh my God, I love it. And then like obviously she doesn't go like 30 seconds or 45 seconds because I've just got a water break or whatever that might look like. And then it just gives them a little bit more peace of mind of what they're
Yep.
kind of expecting to do. So it's kind of like bulletproof in your system, because the way I see it, it's like you don't want to become just that, people don't want to be sold to, like I said to you earlier on.
Yep.
You're just going to make it as, what they can see from the other side as well, from what the members are experiencing and all that sort of stuff. And I'll put a lot of stories up on my social media, which you've probably seen, and they're all
Yep.
live. So I don't do anything edited. So I just tell people go on our socials, have a look what we do, and then and when people come in, they feel like I'm already part of this.
Also, before I come in for the consult, you try to message me like a little bit of stuff. Is it on Instagram or Facebook so I can just see the community?
Yeah, so before you actually come and see me, you'll get a text message with our socials, you'll get a text message with our website, you'll get a
Yep.
message to ask for at the front, you'll get a message where to park as well.
And is
So
that automated, or do you manually do that, like copy and paste?
yeah, so it just depends what the conversation look like on the phone, and then we'll just have to change probably the last couple sentences.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
hey, the gym address is 34 Harding Street, put this right into your Google Maps. Please check out our website, have a look at it before and after photos, please read all the testimonials. And when people come in, I always ask them, did you have a look? Because once I have a
Yep.
look, it's more bulletproof and it's just a lot easier to sell on that.
Yep. And Mate, Costa, I've just got a question. This is mainly for the listeners of the episode. So I want to imagine you've got a listener out there. They're getting 10, 15, 20 leads a week, but they're not closing sales right now. If you could speak to them and only give them two tips, right? So they're getting paid ads, they're getting leads like you. If you could only give them two tips on what they could implement this week to start to close more sales, what would you tell the audience?
Tell the journey
Yep.
will be number one. You got to know what you got to actually. We're the leaders, right?
Yep.
We got to tell them where they're going. They don't know. They come to us. They inquire because they've got a problem. So we got to sell that problem to this. We've got to give them a solution to their problem, right?
Yep.
And you got to tell them, yep, we're going to do A, B, C, and D. And then at the same time, you got to be able to actually get them to agree with you.
Yeah.
So if I'm telling you, can you do this, Jimmy? Yes, I can. Cool, cool. Are you sure you can commit to that? Actually, that might be a little bit hard because of my kids. Cool, cool, cool. We'll take that out. We'll supplement it with this option. Does that make you better? Cool. Give me a handshake right now. We're on. You're gonna do this or not? That's it. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm saying, what are you not sure about? Why are you umming and ahhing? Are you actually going to take action to your health and fitness? Or are you going to waste my time and your time? And that's what, just be honest, man.
And so you really sell the journey, but also like lead the way, tell them what they need to do to reach their goals. So one of the things I like about you, if you guys ever meet Costa, is you don't bullshit. You're like straight to the point. You're just honest at all stages, and you use that in your sales process as well.
I'm a big believer. That's how we do it in our gym as well. I'm just honest with everything that I do. I've always grown up like that's one of my values. And what it is, just can't sit there and bullshit, man. Just be straight up, and people come in and, I'm not sure. I said, well, what are you not sure about? I'm like, you're wasting my time and you're wasting your time being here. So we're going to do this or we're not going to do that. And to be honest, that's probably been one of the best things because people actually want to hear the hard truth. They do. Costa, you're right. And someone come in for a week and they're like, I go, mate, pull your head in because we're not getting anywhere.
And mate, what would be the second tip? So apart from selling the journey, also, being honest within your consults, is there any other tip you'd like to give the listeners today?
The other tip would be just to pretty much, how can I say, is just make them feel as comfortable as possible and bulletproof yourself and not trying to sell yourself. You don't, it's not about you. Right. Oh, I've done this, I've done that. And when people come in, I actually don't talk about myself at all.
Yeah. Yeah. So all about the prospect, the person, about their goals, their journey.
It's all about their goals, their journey, and who do I have in my gym that's been in a similar way, done similar things, achieved similar goals. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't say, I've gotten this person to lose 20 kilos. I'm like, no. Tanya has lost 20 kilos because she did X, Y, and Z. I was just there to support her. She did the work.
Yeah. And that makes sense.
So I try to pretty much, get them to understand from, and then, what you can, and then those people are there training. You can actually have a conversation with that person because if I know they're coming at 7:00 and if I know what they want to achieve, that person's going to be there. I'll make sure that I'll grab that person and have a quick chat with that person. And I've pretty much don't even do the sales. It's pretty much done for me.
Yeah, I think that's like a really, really like smart way to do it. Essentially, your members, because when you introduce, the prospect to the member's like going to be, hey, like I love it here. I've lost 15 kilos. So all of that kind of social proof stuff, you're just getting people within the facility to do that for you. I really like it.
Yeah, and then just another thing as well, like to make people really feel welcoming. We have leaders in our classes. So we've got a 5:15 crew that we've had like regulars for 3-4 years. We've got regulars in our 6 p.m., 7 p.m. So if we've got a new person that's coming, we've got the same warm-up protocols. So if someone brand new comes, it's actually not even the coach taking them through the warm-up. It's actually the senior member taking them.
Yeah.
And then they're like, holy shit. And if you see a lot of faces are going, oh, I thought you're a trainer. They go, no, I've just been here for a long time. I just wanted to show you how it works.
The OGs.
Yeah, so we kind of do that, and actually, people go, man, I feel so much more comfortable, like we're there. So the way I see it is, how can you make these people feel comfortable? And the way I look at it is, how do you want to be treated? I'm not going to treat you the way you don't want to be treated. Yeah. And every time I run my upskilling meetings on a Monday, I always tell my staff, and I said, look, if we're going to a shoe store right now and we walk around for 5 minutes and we really want those shoes, but nobody served us, what are we going to do? And everyone goes, we're going to walk straight out. I go, is that a good experience or a bad experience? And they go, that's a really bad experience. I said, okay, cool. So we don't want that to happen here. So every time, I say to, one of the coaches that are on, if you see me talking to someone at the desk, come up and introduce yourself.
Yeah.
It's a different voice.
Such a simple but effective strategy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just say hello, make your facility feel really welcoming. I remember in our clubs, we used to kind of let the trainers know at the start of the blocks, like a new person who's starting and doing a consult. So they'd always like walk over as quickly as possible. Because walking into like a new business, especially a gym, like how many people do you have of night sometimes? Okay, you have a couple of hundred cruising through, eh?
Yeah. Sometimes we get up to 200 people in a 4.5, 5 hour period.
And that would be scary. Like you rock in, there's, the place is absolutely buzzing. So to make sure that, someone goes over and welcomes them, makes your whole sales process work incredibly, like much smoother, I'm sure.
That's exactly right. And like I said, people know when you're going to call them, you're going to try to sell them something. So I pretty much don't sell them anything. Like I just say, this is the journey. This is what we're going to go on. Are you with me or you're not?
Yeah. Mate, thank you so much for today. I definitely learned a lot. Guys, I hope that some stage in your life you get to meet Kosta. He's an amazing friend. He's also a fucking certified killer in terms of owning a fitness business and dominating in fitness. You have many skills, but sales is definitely one of your top skills for sure. But you're a man of many talents, as I'm sure the guys will learn over our next couple of episodes together. My friend, that's everything for today. Thank you so much, Kosta. I appreciate your time. So I know how busy you are. You probably just cost yourself 2 sales jumping on with me, brother.
No, I'm joking. No,
you'll pick them up later today. I said you'll pick them up later today. Thank you, mate. Bye-bye.
Thank you.